Hi Sagittarius, this read is for you guys for Friday. So let's see what messages the universe has in store for you. Alrighty, universe, you speak to Sagittarius. What do you got to tell them today? What messages you got for Sagittarius? And everybody's starting to try to jump out of my hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. That's kind of the universe's cue to me to get going. So I have the throat chakra. I have power, truth, the third eye chakra, which tends to speak to your intuition. And I have hope. Very interesting. So I wonder if you didn't have to find some self-truths and take your power back and then become assertive enough to speak it to someone here. Maybe even to yourself. I'm going to keep drawing cards here because I want to keep building on this. I got recognition and reward, accelerated motion. I got the authority card, victory and success, and the temptation card. Interesting. Well, just what I'm getting from this read so far, to me the authority card is tying in with the throat chakra and the power card. I think it's more about you learning to be assertive, taking your power back and speaking your truths. The victory and success card, along with the hope card, to me speaks of what your end result is going to be in all of this. So definitely a good idea to be doing what you're doing, speaking your truth, taking your power back, being assertive, not taking garbage from others, not getting walked on. The recognition and reward card, I almost wonder if that doesn't tie in with the accelerated motion, that you're going to be seeing some positive things manifesting for you in the next little while here, really quick. Universe, if you can clarify on this read for Sagittarius. We'll just keep building on this, letting them know that they're on the right path, and maybe if there's something they got to look out for, something to be aware of, some affirmations. Alrighty, so let's get going here and just keep building on this. So we got the Seven of Wands, which to me definitely speaks of being assertive. You can see he's standing his ground. He's drawing his line in the sand there. Got the Ten of Swords. I do believe this was a relationship and you had to put your foot down with someone. So to me, the Ten of Swords, it speaks of something coming to a disappointing ending. But you can see the light around the swords. So to me, that represents that though this ending was not what you wanted, it was what you needed, and it will benefit you in the long run. I also got the Five of Swords, which speaks to selfishness and victory at the cost of others. And I think that's where you had to take your power back and get assertive and stand up for yourself, because I feel like this person just kind of ran you over. And then I got the Devil card too, which was also my tip off that this was probably a relationship. And the Devil card tends to represent a person who's manipulative, who's destructive. So I'm going to keep going here. I also got the Knight of Pentacles, which speaks of something that you've been working for coming to fruition. And I got the Ace of Pentacles, which speaks of a new beginning. It usually speaks of finance. I wonder if that isn't part of the rewards that you're going to see quite quickly. So I got the Three of Swords, which tends to represent separation, and I think that speaks to the relationship with this person. I think, I almost wonder if the temptation card doesn't doesn't tie in with this as well, maybe as a warning against a temptation to give this relationship another go. Because I did get the 8 of Pentacles. I got the 3 of Swords, then I got the 8 of Pentacles, and then I got the 8 of Swords. So to me that speaks of learning lessons from the past, from the separation. Because the 8 of Swords speaks of being bogged down in negative emotions, having trouble making a choice, seeing your way clear of the situation because you got so much negative stuff going on. And the 8 of Pentacles is usually called the Apprentice card, so he speaks of learning, and a lot of times it's academic learning, but I think in this case it is learning some lessons in this relationship as well. I have the High Priestess, and sometimes she speaks of truths being uncovered, and I wonder if that didn't have to do with this relationship as well. I did get the Wheel of Fortune card. So to me, this is your affirmation that you're doing the right thing and moving on from this, because the Wheel of Fortune card represents your fortunes changing for the better, and I think that also speaks to this rewards and recognition that you're getting. The Knight of Pentacles as well. You're going to start to see some positive things manifesting for you. I got the King of Cups on, and he's sort of sitting on top of that Devil card, and to me, in this read, he speaks of somebody who's manipulative and broody and emotional. So I think he ties into this person that you left behind, this relationship that came to an end. I got the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles tends to represent starting to see the rewards for all the hard work that you've been doing, things starting to come to fruition, things starting to manifest. And I think that ties in with the Wheel of Fortune card and some of the other things as well. The Chariot I also pulled, and she speaks of sort of continued positive movement forward, perseverance. So I think the cards are encouraging you to move past this relationship, to leave it in the past and keep building on the positive choices that you've been making. I have the Star card. She speaks of hope for the future. I do have the Two of Swords here too. She speaks of feeling deadlocked, not being able to see your way through making a choice, maybe feeling torn. And that might speak to, I almost wonder if that doesn't speak to the relationship ending, that you weren't torn about it, because obviously you did have feelings for this person at one point. So it probably, even if the situation is negative, it can still be a hard choice to make, to move on and to leave that behind. So I got the Seven of Swords here, this little guy, and he tends to represent a situation that you felt was unfair, that you got the short end of the stick, somebody took something from you, they don't have any feelings of guilt. I think that speaks to this person from this past relationship. I also have the Five of Wands, which has all these people fighting, so obviously it's drama, it's bickering. I think it speaks to this past relationship. I'm just wondering if the cards are saying that this person's going to try and contact you again, or if you aren't considering going back to it and they aren't a warning that that's what you're in for if you make that choice. Either way, I think they tie into who that person was and a relationship that you had with them and how it functioned. And that was sort of the dynamic of that relationship. And whether it was in the past or whether you're thinking about giving it another go, I think that's just what that dynamic is, no matter what. I got the Justice card here with the scales there. So she speaks to balance. And I feel like in this relationship, the scales were tipped in their favor. You weren't getting what you needed. And once it ended, I feel like that's where the Authority card comes in, and the Throat chakra and the Power card. You getting to a point where you had just had enough and you decided to take your power back and be assertive enough to say, I won't stand for this anymore. And you tip the scales back to even. Now, as to whether then they left or you left, I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's what ended the relationship. Is you demanding that things be even and you standing up for yourself, which was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. Even if it ended and it was sad that it ended, it was still the right thing for you to do, and it benefits you in the long run by doing that. I got the Emperor card, and in this reading, he speaks to me of you taking your power back, of you being assertive, of you being this strong, capable, powerful figure who can look after themselves and who is more than competent. I have the Nine of Pentacles too in that same draw, which also speaks of abundance, and I think that's what you're going to see in the near future here. Okay, so this is what I got from these guys all in this draw. So I have the Eight of Cups. So to me, that speaks of your journey and where you're at right now. You're leaving all of the drama and the hurt behind, and you're moving on to bigger and better things. You're starting a positive new journey in your life. I believe that you are filling up. You're filling up your emotional cup. You're looking after yourself, making yourself a priority. I believe that, I think this is the next one. I've heard this called the Stalker card, and this is what it speaks to me in this relationship, that this person's going to try and come back. They're not quite done with you yet, is what I believe. You haven't heard the last of them. I think when they show up, I have two cards here that I believe speak of what you need to do. You're going to have to draw on the new inner strength that you found and really take time to reflect on what the reality of that relationship was, and that's what it's going to be if you go back. And the Tower card to me speaks of the ending, sort of it being a disappointing ending, and it speaks to me in this draw of you closing that door to your past and you making sure that there's finality to it, that it has come to an end. So I think you're gonna have to draw on that inner strength and that assertiveness and that inner power that you found, and you're gonna just have to tell this person that you're done. It doesn't matter if they're not done, you're done, and it's over, and that just is what it is, and they're gonna have to deal with it. I'm going to draw some more here. So I got Material Harvest. I have the chakra that has to do with your emotions, your desires. I have Foundations and Achievements. Discontent and Boredom, and Memories of Love. So Memories of Love, actually Discontent and Boredom speaks to this person as well. That this person doesn't like being left behind. They're going to be trying to come back to you to rekindle this relationship. They might try and remind you of all the good times that you had. Try and prey on those memories that you have. to try and wear you down here. But I think the chakra ties in with the assertiveness that you found in your life, making your emotions count, making your desires count, that you matter, standing up for yourself. And I believe that that's going to set down the foundation for a solid future for you. And material harvest, you know what, in this read I almost feel like this is emotion. This is you're just going to be a hell of a lot happier in general once you kick this person to the curb, and once you refuse to allow their negativity back in your life. I think it's going to give you a sense of inner strength and power. And I think it's going to fill your cup emotionally and it's going to turn you into that emperor. That's what it's going to do. That's what your harvest is. It's a personal harvest. I believe that that's what that speaks to. Alrighty guys, I hope that was helpful. Take care and enjoy the rest of your Friday.